Yo, 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 what it do? That's right, it's your boy Fu, co-host of the greatest YouTube channel, Sap Life. What's good? You guys didn't like hype me up or anything.
I didn't
I don't
know.
know. I thought you guys would be like, yeah, every good MC needs a hype.
You want to do that again?
No, we don't have
Yeah.
to do it again. I thought it was good enough.
Oh, I
Obviously,
thought you had enough hype, which is why I was like,
No,
wow.
okay.
I was like, let this man speak. Let this man talk.
yeah, no, but what it do? It's your boy Fu. I'm with my crew.
Oh, hi.
Whoa, yeah,
Hi, I'm Sedona. I'm part of the Foo crew.
yeah. And then we got my man Aiton over there. Say what up,
Hi,
Aiton.
I'm Aiton.
Oh.
I'm also part of the Foo crew,
Yep.
too.
Yep. And this is the Sap Life podcast. Welcome. Feels good to be back.
Man, always feels good.
Yeah. Don't you guys always feel good to be back? I feel like lately, life has been crazy. And then, and I shouldn't say this out loud, but I feel like maybe it's like a little break.
We're like, a break.
Kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not
That's
really a
good.
break. Not really a break at the same time. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I come down here, it's a break for me, too.
Well, we should call this the break room.
Yeah.
That's not very sexy though. Like it's like
Yeah.
if you brought a girl, it was like you want to go into the break room.
Yeah.
I got snacks in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have snacks in here.
I guess you could call it the break room.
I
That'd be
mean,
your thing.
It sounds kind of severance-y. Yeah, let's go to the break room.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking for that romance, you know?
Yeah, there's probably some erotic fanfic about Severance. I can see where you're going with that.
Ooh.
That's
I mean, you think there's like a porn parody already?
you know, probably. There's probably
Yeah.
one parody of The Last of Us. Like,
Oh boy,
it's gotta be.
Gross. That's how big we need to get.
Yeah.
There's a porn parody of us.
Yeah.
Three Asian dudes.
Yeah.
Sap Life. What would it be called? Sap Life.
Fat life.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. That's what it'd be for. We're the Sap Life. They're the Fat Life.
Yeah.
But dang. But yeah, I just been feeling like super busy with Mr. Ollie.
Uh-huh.
You know?
How's that been? You know, like you're like a couple of months into being a father, right?
It's busy, man. But it's like the most love ever.
The most love ever.
Wow. Pure
yeah.
love.
Yeah. Like that's real love for sure, dude.
Yeah, I think that's how like problems get solved in anime, the power of love.
No, and in real life too. I think if you want me to be real,
Yeah.
love can solve it all.
He just looks at you and just starts smiling.
He's-
What?
Yeah.
He does have a smile already?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he likes to smile. He likes to smile at Sedona.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Like
Trying to win
he
him
was-
over.
He was freaking out, and I was like, "Take him." And then he's just looking at Titi or Sedona and just fucking smiling, like hella happy, which was good too, because then we packed him up so I can take him on a car ride.
Like a little burrito.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like a burrito.
yeah.
Wow. Did you experience that true love, Sandona, when you were holding Ollie?
I mean, it's wonderful. The innocence of that little baby.
Yeah,
Uh,
like he knows nothing.
yeah, he knows no troubles in the world except
Yeah.
for
Yep.
some milk.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's always farting all the time.
yeah, dude. It's insane how much these babies fart, man. It's just crazy to think about. Like now I have like a human, right? And he was made out of love.
And now he's a little human
Yeah.
powered by love
Yeah.
and farts.
Yeah, exactly. It just like makes me think about like, dang, how'd I get here, right? Like
Love.
yeah, dude. Like
Love.
freaking, you have to like date and stuff. I guess you don't really have to date, but you can still make a baby without dating.
Yeah.
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 You know?
Yeah.
But that's what I think about. Like, don't you guys want this?
Crickets.
No.
I see a lot of it. I see a lot of it with my friends.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's my lifestyle.
I mean, what's your lifestyle? The dating lifestyle? Just playing the field?
Keeping my options open.
Well, that's what I kind of want to talk about today.
Yeah.
It was like, since now I'm like deep into this having a baby thing, I only get to, I start thinking about like, fuck, man. When I see like what my friends go through, what people talk about, like all the single people I know, they just like
Miserable.
I don't know. I don't know if they're miserable, but it sounds tough, man. You know what I mean? So I just think about how happy I am. I don't have to like navigate through that. But it makes me think about, the past and stuff now.
Oh,
That
that has. Yeah.
Like maybe old crushes and old relationships I've had, but they don't compare to what I got going on now. But that's why I want to ask you guys. Because I've just been like, I live vicariously through you guys.
Yeah. I had a crush on everybody as a child. So.
Does that translate to now as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
How's that translate?
Yeah. Do you have a crush on everyone now too?
Sometimes you kind of fall for the stranger across the subway in New York.
Okay.
I've had that feeling. And then, whoosh.
Is it like a crush, or do you like explain to me what that means? I don't think I fully am on board. with Subway tour right now.
Yeah. Well,
Well, you had a bunch of crushes. How old were you?
so like I remember
What was your first crush?
my first crush was in kindergarten. Her name,
Her name?
kindergarten. My first crush was in kindergarten.
Wow.
Her name was
young.
Her name was Irina. I think she was Ukrainian. She wore like a big bow on like the back of her head. And I remember every day I just asked her like, "Do you like me? Do you like me?" It was weird. Yeah, dude. It was weird.
Wow.
Wait. So
That was-
When you were asking that, do you mean like, do you like me as a friend, or do you
Oh
like
no.
me?
I was seeking validation.
Like, because you liked her.
I thought she was pretty.
Yeah, dang. As a
Wow.
kindergartner?
As a kindergartner? How old is kindergarten?
5, 6.
5'6".
Wow, that's hella early.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what she looked like, man.
Um.
You remember that she's Ukrainian?
Yeah.
I should have bow.
No?
A big bow.
Mhm.
So let me guess, she's blonde?
Yeah. Like light brown. I think blondish light brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a soft
Does
voice.
she have an accent?
I think she had a little accent like her. Yeah. I remember her.
Yeah.
Like her.
Because I remember being that age too and having like Ukrainian kids in
Mhm.
my class.
Yeah.
And they like have accents.
That was the
What's
thing.
her name again?
Irina.
hey, Irina, if you're listening, this man's still single. Do you like him?
Do you like him?
Slide into his DMs.
I don't know if she remembers, but that's I remember just like trying. I didn't know how to get to girls. I didn't know how to get girls to like me, so I just kind of, I don't know, just tried to ask for it, which obviously didn't work. So that was like a whole learning experience for myself.
Yeah, that's so funny.
When did you stop asking girls? When did you learn that? How was it the way to?
Probably at the end of that school year.
Yeah, okay, good. Kindergarten, you learned.
Had somewhere to think about when.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I'm an active person.
I'm a first grader now.
First grader.
Try
again, yeah.
Middle school. What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
This is an actual grade now.
Yeah.
This is not the garden of kinder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that was wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, so what ended up happening? Did you get your heart broken? I mean, what did she say? What'd she say?
Oh, she's like, no, stop bothering me. Leave me alone.
She said no.
Yeah, but I was
Aw.
like, but then you're like, whatever. Do you like me today?
Yeah. No, like in those cartoons, like little nerdy kids that like be like that. Yeah, I was like that.
Oh, you're like, oh, get away, nerd.
Yeah.
Like that. Like,
Oh.
like,
Kind of like Roger.
But Roger, go away.
oh man.
Yeah.
But look at like the attitude you had as a kid, right? Like you got rejected, but you still kept trying. Like you didn't let that discourage you.
Dang.
I don't think
Right?
that's a takeaway. I think.
No, I mean that's a good way of reframing. 'Cause, you know,
Sure,
people,
yeah.
adults now when they get rejected, they're just like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
whatever, you know, they let that ruin
I
everything.
hate
Instead of-
rejection. I wish I wasn't.
Everyone does
I,
though.
I think I was just less self-aware. I wish I could go back to that. You know, just do whatever the fuck I thought was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. that's
That's like my first crush I remember.
hey man.
Wow.
Well, does she have an Instagram?
I have no idea.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Maybe you ran into her.
I don't know.
and just-
Maybe.
yeah.
I don't think a kindergarten crush should really lead into anything.
Well, what if it can?
Well, maybe it can
I'm sure
after
there's
that.
relationships
Yeah.
that they met in kindergarten.
That would make a cool story.
Yeah.
Do you guys never hear the story about like people that there was one story I saw where there was like this couple they met, but they actually were in a photo near. They didn't know
Yeah.
each other, but they're in a photo
Mhm.
like,
As
like
kids.
together.
Yeah.
On like
Like
they know each
vacation.
other, and then like they eventually got married. Stuff like that happens though.
Yeah. Did you have a crush, Jason?
As a kid,
Yeah.
no.
What was your first
I didn't.
crush?
First crush. I mean, high school.
Yeah.
I did have crushes, but they were towards girls though.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's confusing.
yeah.
That sounds really confusing. Okay. Yeah.
Well, did anything ever happen?
No,
Like,
there
you didn't ask them if they liked you?
was one girl I had a crush on, but I didn't do anything. And then
Did she know you had a crush on her?
I don't think so. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Mhm.
And then there was a girl. When we did Running Start, there was a girl in my Running Start class that I had a crush on.
Mhm.
And I mean that didn't go anywhere. Anyways, and then like I remember I went to prom and I had a crush on a girl, but she wasn't my prom day. And I never asked her to dance, and it was really a bad look because my prom day only did get a dance from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow. What a player.
Then
Ooh.
why'd you do that? Why didn't you ask the girl you wanted to go with?
I did. She said no to me.
Damn.
Did you go to prom?
But-
No. I did not go to prom.
I don't think it's worth it.
I didn't
At least
go.
for me. it
I didn't go
wasn't
to my
worth
own proms.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I went to Fife.
Mhm.
Proms.
Mm.
The Fife prom.
Yeah.
Fife it up.
Yep, that's what I did. Well, that's what,
it. What does that mean? Find that
That's
out.
what they say down there.
well, I mean, so yours was in kindergarten.
Yeah,
Yours-
mine was like in high school.
yours was in
and
high
it
school.
was girls.
Yeah.
But they were like emotional. It was like an emotional thing. It was like an emotion. That's how like it can be confusing because like sometimes you can have feelings emotionally,
Mhm.
but not always be physically attracted. You know?
Yeah, maybe you guys are just good friends,
Yeah.
and sometimes like you mistake friends as for someone like you like. I feel like that's happened to me a couple times.
Yeah.
Where like a couple girls had liked me, and I like really had no idea.
Oh.
And what happened was like I was that's my homie, right? That's all I thought of it as. And then like I find out later like that they like me, and that's why I guess that's why we're so cool.
Yeah. I always had a sense that a lot of girls liked you in high school.
Yeah, and they liked me, and then when I found out when I found out they liked me, but I didn't like them, I acted weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once you find out that shit,
Yeah.
and then I started like then we started not becoming friends. And it was my fault all those few times.
I don't think it's your fault. You just didn't know how to handle that situation, given
Yeah.
the information you had at that
Yeah.
time. Like, I don't, like, because it got weird. Like that.
I made it. I think I made it weird. Looking back on it,
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you make it
Yeah.
weird?
I just ignored them.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
avoidant.
because I didn't like them.
Mhm.
And you're not.
You didn't want to give them the wrong signals too.
Yeah.
You didn't know how to deal with
Yeah.
the situation, so
Yeah.
you might as well just not deal with it.
Yep. So that happened quite a few times in high school.
Wow, what a player.
Yeah.
That's only happened to me once in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
someone-
was a girl that liked me,
Mhm.
and then she told me, and then I was like, okay, this is weird. I was like,
Yeah.
I started being mean to her after that. 'cause
Yeah.
She wouldn't leave me alone. I was like,
why so?
But you were friends before, right?
yeah, we were friends, but like I didn't want to like lead her on, so I was like, I started being mean and more distant. But she still kept trying, and I was like, bruh, bruh.
Yeah. It's like if she only knew, man.
Maybe she's the one that put him over the edge.
Yeah. That's so funny. These are such like innocent days too, right?
We had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Compared to now, dude.
Yeah, now we're too aware of what's going on.
Like now what? Now like when you
It's
like
mind
how do you
games.
like someone now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, swipe right, don't do
You actually
feeling.
click like, huh? You actually like click like now.
For Hinge, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
The super swipes. There's roses.
what's roses? I never heard of roses.
It's for Hinge. It's like
Oh.
puts you like the top of the list. Like ooh, here's it's like Reddit coins and stuff. Like ooh, I spent a rose on you.
Yeah. How many apps are you on?
I deleted Hinge about a month ago. I was trying Coffee and Bagel, but that one sucks. So I'm not really on anything right now.
Are you still on Tinder?
I was never really on Tinder.
Tinder was the only one I've ever tried.
Yeah, that's the OG.
Yeah, that's the OG one. I remember when I was like at someone's apartment and they're like, "Look at this app." I was like, "What? You just swipe?" And, oh, I don't even think it was like swiping back then. To be honest, I think it was a heart.
Yeah.
You can just like click heart. You know what I mean?
Tinder's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Now there's like limits to how many likes.
Yeah.
Before, like it was unlimited.
Yep.
And it would make sense for you to like everyone, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like if you can't like everyone because they have the algorithm where like that means like, oh, you're kind of desperate, so they push you down and everyone's stack.
Is that what they
So
do?
you have to be like more conservative with your likes. And it's better for the algorithm if you dislike hot people because everyone likes a hot person, right?
Yeah.
So if you dislike it, then it's like, oh, this person's more selective. They're probably a higher quality person because they're not as thirsty.
Really?
That's what I mean. That's what I read. I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense.
Tinder.
I feel like I just watched the video where yeah, I can't hear Ethan, by the way.
I know. Sorry.
How's that? How's that better?
Ethan, can you say something?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
I'm always
sorry.
here.
I just watched like a video. I think you showed me something about like on Tinder, right? It's like 70% men.
Yeah.
70% men.
Yeah.
30% women, right? So it's just saturated with dudes. But these women, they're clicking like yes, swipe, like they want to swipe, they want to date the dude, but like they're all doing it on the same dudes. Do you know what I'm trying to
So
say?
Tinder's a big sausage fest, and they're using those sausages to swipe.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel
Gross.
like it's so hard for dudes my age now to just date because like a lot of my homies, they're still single.
And they're nice dudes.
Yeah, nice dudes.
Nice dudes. Single nice dudes.
You know, it's just like
Do you think it could? Because like there's a lot of factors that come into play to that, right? It's like, are they being too selective? Because that could lead to being single, right? If you're too selective,
Mhm.
or they're attracted to the wrong type of people that aren't a match for them, which is why it never works out.
I
Or they just have bad luck.
I don't think most of us get that far.
I think it's just the game, man. The game has changed. You know,
What do you mean by that? What do you think? Like, how has you think the game has changed?
I think that there's so much more options, right? Like maybe I think you're open to more options now.
For both guys and girls.
Yeah. So you kind of want to just see what's out there, just because it's easier access than what it was before.
Paradox of choice.
Right? So I think that's a factor in why like people just date, right? And not take it so serious. And just I don't know, man. It just seems way harder. And it seems like you can't really find someone, right? I don't know, just what it feels like when you like meet up with a girl and you start dating her. Like is she really that into it from an app at least? You know what I mean? Because she's on
Right.
the app,
Yeah.
meaning she wants to date. Like wouldn't she want to keep her options open? Because like if you go into a date and you're like, oh, you know,
Eager.
yeah, eager, just because, you know, you think the guy's hot and stuff, but I don't know where I'm going with this.
So what
I
you're
think-
saying is that there's a lot of choices, and then Sindona brought up the paradox of choice. What's the paradox of choice?
Paradox of choice is when we have too many, like say you go to a restaurant and there's like Cheesecake Factory and there's like 50 things, right? You don't know what to choose because you have so many options, and sometimes you want the best option, and with like 50 different choices, you just can't narrow that down. So you just are left undecided. Now, as if you go to like a sandwich shop that has 3 things, now like you go there, you have less options. You're more, you're more likely to stick with what you choose because you're not thinking like, oh, what about the other 2 things? So you know, less options is
I
better.
mean, and I mean, do you think that way too when you're like looking
Dating,
Yeah,
the prowling, scoping out these. Yeah.
or you,
I don't think I'm being too picky. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm being too picky, but sure.
yeah.
So
I mean,
what are your criteria then if you're not being too picky?
You know, but I'm gonna be straight. Looks is important.
okay.
I'm gonna be shallow,
Mhm.
but I am male,
Mhm.
and we are visually stimulating. I'm not saying looks is everything, but looks is important. So she got to be cute or pretty. But honestly,
That's it.
honestly, like
Wow.
someone that I don't know has low to medium novelty, thrill seeking. Someone who has altruistic, has low good values. I don't know. Just someone nice. Someone
Yeah.
someone that already went through like their character development phase.
Okay.
That's it. Someone that's not.
Did you put that in your profile?
No, I don't think
Is that okay to put in your profile?
I think it's okay to put in your profile, but I don't think it comes off the right way.
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
So on these apps, then let me ask you this: when you go through them, like, what are you looking for, or what is like some red flags?
You're talking about the prompts.
Yeah.
You're asking me how I would answer them.
I'm saying like when you're looking through
Mhm.
the girls' profiles, like what's a red flag usually? Like say, okay, let's say you know how like you
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
What about so I know for a fact I'm gonna expose you. My bad.
Yeah.
But you have matches.
Yeah.
But you don't talk to them, right? So what are or you like girls want to talk to you and they hit you up, right?
Hey, it might just be that thing where you lose interest as soon as someone is interested in you. It's like, oh, you like me? What's wrong with you? I don't like you anymore. You ever get that?
No.
No? I think I get that a lot.
What is that? Okay. Let me try this. Let me try to understand.
Yeah.
So
You
they like.
you lose interest as soon as they start showing interest in you.
Hmm.
Do you
I
like
don't think-
the chase? Is that why you don't like it when it's too easy?
I mean, I do enjoy the chase, but it is self-sabotaging. It has ruined it has ruined, things. So
That's like a weird way. I mean, you understand me, and I don't. So
To me, it seems like, because, at least with male-female heterotic relationships, and this is being kind of reductive, but the man likes to hunt because that's typically the role of the man, right? And the woman is typically the prey, and she's usually one being chased after, right? So if the roles get reversed, usually men kind of get turned off. This is my opinion on it, like from a biological perspective. So that's what it kind of seems like is when the girl hits him up and makes it too eager, right?
Yes.
And then it's also from my experience, it's like sometimes you get a match. At first, it's kind of like, oh, you have that initial attraction, but then when you get the match and then you look deeper, you're like, I don't know if I like this, and you kind of lose interest because you get nitpicky and you find a problem. Which
I
could
think
be
is a
you
problem.
having high expectations, right?
Which I think is a
Yeah,
problem.
it is. Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
it is a problem. Yeah, that does happen. I see someone, like, I don't know, it's kind of a numbers game, right? Like, cast your net out and see what bites, and then what does bite, I'm like, yeah, I'll look for something that.
I meant more like, okay, so I guess this question doesn't really apply to you yet, right? Because like I wanted to know what, like, have you been on like a date with a girl and it's just like, oh, that's a red flag. Oh, she's crazy. Or like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? I guess you haven't got that far yet.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could think of red flags, but yeah, I haven't gone that far.
Yeah, right. You got to, and that's what I'm like talking about, man. Like, how come? I feel like a lot of times too, like people just flake out way easier on these like dating apps.
Yeah, I got played that one before.
How about you, Fu? Have you had any in your past had red flags on dates?
On dates, yeah,
Yeah, like
So,
the scenario you were proposing, right? Like you're at
Yeah.
dinner, and then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I have 10 cats.
yeah. Nothing. I would never care. About 10 cats, but
Well,
I don't know
that's a lot.
if this-
That is a
yeah, right?
That's
Okay.
a lot of
All right.
cats.
Here's a story. One time I was hanging out at the club and I was meeting up with this guy, right? And then he was like with a group of people, they had like the sorority girls, and so this was the college years, right? And then like this girl like was vibing me, but I was just like whatever,
Mhm.
And then at that time I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm young, I'm here to have fun.
you're young to here, have fun.
Yeah, it's
love it.
it's cool. So, but she's like messed up, right? Like stupid messed up. So it's like, oh my gosh, no way I'm gonna do this. And then she's like, can you take me home? It's like, so my goal was just to just drive her ass home. But then she asked me to, like, her friends. She's like, can like my friends ride with you too? So I was like her and two other girls, right? And I didn't meet these two other girls until the end of the night. And so where did I go? She's fucked up, man. Like I'm just like, it's already in my mind that I'm just gonna drop her and her friends off, and just go home. And then she's just like, the way she's like talking to her friends, like, I found a guy. I'm like, bitch, I hear you. Like, can't say, like, drunk ass, like, she's just like nutso. And then like I remember I had like an empty Starbucks cup in my car, like an ice drink one, like a big one, like a venti, right? And she's so drunk, she like grabs the cup, no warning, and she just pukes into it. And then just it's kind of, just imagine like seeing a clear cup just like slowly fill up with like thick vomit. And then she's like, we're dropping her off. She's like,
Gross.
so then I dropped her off first, right? And then she's like, "You gonna come back, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll come back." Just so she could get out of my car. And then I just dropped her friends off. And then they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I'm not going back." So like, yeah, I'm just letting you know. I doesn't drop you guys off. I'm going home.
Ooh, the heartbreaker, the
Wow.
Yeah, that's
some gentleman.
I was disgusted.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's a red
really
flag.
gross.
Yeah.
Especially if you can see what she ate. Like, ew, she ate that Cheetos. Gross.
Yeah, that was bad, dude.
Yeah.
That's a funny story, huh? That's a story I like to tell.
I don't think I want to know who that was. I don't know.
I don't know
I'd rather not find out.
her name.
I don't.
All I know, she was a Filipina.
Okay, I don't want to know anything.
But yeah,
Wow.
that's a red flag to me. Like, I can't handle your shit. And then it's just like, it was gross to me. She's like, I found the guy. Like, I'm gonna do him tonight or something. I don't know what she's. It's a college girl,
Yeah,
right? So they're all about that.
we
Yeah.
were all about that. We were all about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see the chase. She made it too easy.
Oh yeah, huh?
No, she threw up in your car.
Yeah, I was kind of.
Well,
I was
that
disgusted
too.
with her. I was disgusted, and she's like, wasn't feeling it. And same with Titi. She's like, not that attractive. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, you like what you like.
Yeah,
You like what you like.
I mean,
Do you? Do you ever wonder if it's just conditioning why you like what you like?
Oh, I'm sure it is, but I've been conditioned. What do you want me to do about it? Uncondition myself?
Do you uncondition yourself?
yeah, you can do. Isn't that called lowering your standards? Right? Is that what you're trying to tell them to do?
Like looking for deeper qualities.
So I forgot. I think it was NPR. They had this. I think it was Code Switch. I could be wrong though, but there was like this story about this Asian girl, and she was looking at her Tinder swipes, right? And her friend pointed out that she generally likes white guys or Asian guys, and there's like no black guys. And then she was looking and wondering why that was. And then she did this experiment, which this is problematic in a different way. But she did this experiment where she only started to like black guys and to go out with them to try to course correct herself. But the long story short, the end of the study was like.
This
It became a problem that way because it wasn't like a scientific thing, but it was like a personal experiment. That what she learned was like she started to fetishize black men because she was purposely swiping. So it's kind of like there is this narrative of a type of person you should be attracted to from society, right? Telling you like, oh, this is what you should like. You should like this type of person. Depending on like what media you consume, this is what a beautiful girl is supposed to look like. So it's just like you have to, it's like you have to be aware of your unconscious bias to see if it's like hindering you from finding love, right? That's the point of the story.
So funny. So she's like, I only like white guys. And was it an Asian girl?
Yeah, it was an Asian
Sounds
girl.
like Asian
And I
girl.
mean, this is a common thing, especially with Asian women,
Yeah.
right? Is they tend to go for like white guys, and their argument is because they feel that because they're related, which that's not like a good argument. It's more like if you think about it, it's because the media shows white men is more attractive than Asian men, so you're kind of conditioned to believe that white men are
Yeah,
better
but I
than
think-
Asian person, right?
I think that's changing right now, though, Aiton. Like, I think Asian dudes are
yeah.
hot right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't see that many.
you don't think Randall Park is hot now?
Jimmy
Who?
Woo. Randall Park.
Oh, Randall Park,
Yeah. That guy was not
Like, you mean-
supposed
hot as in attractive or hot as in cool?
like Zaddy hot.
I don't think so.
I would just say maybe Asian dudes have a chance now. Have a better chance. We're pretty cool right now. I mean, we're being cool,
Ooh, yeah, we're cool.
okay, but I feel like that's more in the media now. And maybe things will change for Asian dudes.
Do you think society's ready for cool Asian dudes?
For sure, dude.
Hopefully. I mean, there is some people that are still perpetuate. Like, for example, Mindy Kaling perpetuates the stereotype a lot because she writes. I mean, she writes what she knows. I get it, but she generally is attracted to white guys. So she makes these Indian characters attracted to white guys and worshiping them, which is problematic in a way. But I mean, that was her experience. So
Yeah. I get it, dude. But
Yeah, but she does it so many times.
yeah, 'cause, dude,
Yeah.
that's what she's into.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to her.
because she, if
know?
you think of her backstory, she was raised in an all-white Boston community, right? And if you think about the Indian community, she said that she was never hit on by Indian guys is because they have colorism in Indian society,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're darker, you're more unattractive.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of like, oh, they don't want me, then I don't want them. But also, I think it's also part of like, oh, I'm only surrounded by white people, and the media keeps telling me these white guys are attractive. But even if you look at like the guys that she writes in her shows, these white men aren't even like at the same level as her character. Like they're like below standards, and it's kind of like I think I get tired of seeing people lower their standards for a white guy. You know?
Amen, brother. I'm sick of it too.
Whoa.
Yeah, come on.
I didn't know how to put that into words. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
But-
amen. Preach, man.
Let's go back on track, which is the whole point of this random tangent was maybe you have an unconscious bias, Sedona.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, you can train yourself.
What should I train myself on?
Just like,
White girls?
no, yeah. Like white girls, just do them all, man.
Okay, let's start with white girls.
Why don't you just open the gates?
All right, white girls, here I come.
No, everything.
Get ready.
The white girls here.
Why
come.
don't
Yeah.
you- why don't
You
you
guys
get
better
black
watch out.
like Asian men and black women should get together, like Issa Rae says.
Yeah, I mean that is true. They should. They're the most two single demographics,
Yeah,
and they don't get together.
yeah. Should change it up, dude. I bet you there'd be a lot of happy couples. Excuse me.
And that's also
Okay,
the
yeah.
race jackpot, black and Asian.
That is.
Asian.
All right,
Is that the thing?
single black women, get ready. The boys coming through. Ready?
You just gotta be open. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I don't care about looks too much. Like I care enough, but not that I can like somebody.
For the character.
Their character and their personality. I'm demisexual.
I think it's a balance, right? There has to be a physical attraction, at least if you're a sexual person, right? There's got to be some sort of physical attraction. And as well, like to sustain the relationship, you have to have like an emotional and intellectual connection as well, right? So it's like you got to balance it all, in my opinion.
It's a fine. Yeah, it's a hard balancing act.
I think it is hard, and that's why I like talking about it with you guys. It's just like watching it from afar. I'm like, fuck, man. Glad.
Why we look miserable?
I mean-
glad I'm not single. But I say
I
that.
don't think it's that hard, honestly. I think we just the times have made it more difficult, and we also overanalyze it too much, right? I mean, like back in the day, they didn't really have to talk about dating, right? They just kind of did it. And then again, like they had a smaller pool. It was usually people they were around with, someone they knew.
Mhm.
There's a lot of complex factors that go into all this. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's you just gotta balance everything because, like, I get the argument of people saying, "Oh, I'm not really attracted to looks as much," but if you have vision, you're a visual person, I think. So there's got to be something visually attractive that you got to be visually
Yeah,
attracted to, right?
guys are
And
very
then, like,
visual creatures.
and I've noticed that some people just use the excuse of like, oh, I'm not into looks to not take care of themselves, right? But like, I think that's a mistake. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't
That's true,
show up for the other person. Like you should show up for yourself first of all. Like take care of yourself. Like show that you can take care of yourself and you have respect for yourself to look good for what you think looks good, not for what society thinks will look good, right? So it's like this whole balancing act that you got to do.
Gotta take showers. Girls love that.
Girls love to take showers with you, dude.
Have you ever
No,
been
yeah.
on a date with a girl that like doesn't take showers or doesn't seem like she takes care of herself? She just kind of shows up in sweats and stuff.
Yeah, I've been on a date with this one girl, and I told her to text me when she got home, and she never texted me. So I think she was homeless.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I hope she's fine now. I hope she has a shelter.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it. Well, I mean, I guess here's when you say it like that, I guess sometimes there's good parts to being single, right? I feel like we've been talking about I feel like you've been talking about it in like a negative way, but I mean, there's good things to being single. I mean,
There's a lot of good things about
yeah, I
being
mean,
single.
exactly.
Yeah, I love being single.
Right. So
What are those things?
yeah.
What are those nice single qualities?
Like okay, like and I'm not complaining, right?
Mhm.
But if I want to go have a drink or something, I will with a boyfriend. Can guys call each other that? You know how girls call each other
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
So if I want to go have a drink
Yeah.
with a boyfriend,
Are we boyfriends?
yeah. Can we turn that into a thing and not make it weird? Is it
Yeah,
weird? Is that weird to you,
boyfriends.
Ethan?
Not if you keep saying it.
No, it's not weird.
Okay, so I want to have a
Trying
drink.
to say it weird.
Yeah. You know, I want to go have a drink with my boyfriends, like multiple boyfriends. You know, I'll have to hit up my girl and be like, yeah, especially now with a kid. You know, she's taking care of the baby. Like I have to ask permission.
Yeah,
Please.
I would.
You have to respect the.
Yeah, I would love to say, not having to consider another person and making every small decision in life is such a relief. You know what I mean? You're at the grocery store, like, oh, I gotta ask so and so if they want something. Oh, I'm near this thing. Oh, I should ask if they want something. Or, oh, I want to do this, but I gotta make sure I can go do it, right?
And it's like, but what? I mean, what's better?
With making snappy decisions on my own, being impulsive. I'm gonna do this. I feel like doing this. I'm gonna do this, right?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you want that all the time?
Yeah, that's what being single's like.
I mean, so I mean,
Do I want to change that?
yeah, do you really want to be in a relationship?
Well, I never really said I wanted to be in a relationship.
Oh, you just want.
Oh, you just want to play around.
Well,
Okay.
I just don't want to get overly invested in in the dating game, especially how it is right now. How much of a competition it is, how much it strains your mental health, how you put your best version out there and you don't get any validation back. It's hard, so it's not a priority. No.
Okay. I mean, I guess
mean-
that's the best part of being single, right? You have that choice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
mean,
single
you
choices.
brought up like it being a game. That's what you can look at it as a game, right? And if you look at it as a game, you have to treat it like it's an actual video game where you level up certain things, right?
Yeah.
Like you level up your appearance so you can look more attractive by getting better clothes, working out, taking care of your body. And you
I grew a
level up your
mustache.
interest by
You know, mustache, yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
It represents my character growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it
I'm
gives you plus 2 to charisma,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm all about the
Yeah.
fucking mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, keep going on. You're saying nice things about me.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan
But
of
like,
the
yeah,
mustache.
you can look at it like a game, you know, like you have to level up these things. But then, like, if you don't want it to be a game, then don't play the game. At the same time, like, take yourself out of the game and just, you know,
Yeah.
focus on being authentically you.
Doing side quests.
I think.
Yeah.
You don't know what I think. Well,
Yeah, I
Like, listen, the thing you brought up, which triggered this response, was you said that, you know, I don't want to get invested in the game. Like, I don't want to get invested with, you know, someone being rejected to me. But like at the same time, that's part of the process, right? You have to. How do you expect someone else to commit if you're unwilling to commit, right? It's like the energies have to match for that to work. Because like if you're both not committed and if you're not committed, then they're gonna go, they're not committed, so I'm not gonna commit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, who's gonna be the first person to shoot?
Yeah,
Type
it's
of thing.
that-
No one's gonna ever shoot. It's a game of chicken.
that game is so hard to navigate. Yeah, you don't want to be the one who's the most invested in the relationship, which is, right? Like you don't want to be the one that likes the other person the most, because or else you're at a disadvantage in a relationship. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at it that way,
yeah, you're the ones that can get hurt.
or you can look at it as like, wow, this person really loves or likes this other person, you know?
Yeah. Well, if you want my take on like the generals of that, I think for in a typical male-female relationship, I think this is general, but I think in order for the female to feel more fulfilled in the relationship, there are roles of the adorer and the adorer. I think for a female, it's better for her to feel like the adorer to the male. I
Yeah,
think,
the gardener and the flower metaphor, right?
I think like if the guy was the adorer to the girl, like I think she starts to see the guy as a lower value. It's like he's the one that wants something from her, kind of thing. Sorry, I went on a tangent, but yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know
It's
what you're
okay.
saying.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, so, okay, so the gardener and flower
Uh-huh.
metaphor is like one person in the relationship is the gardener, so like the background person taking care of the flower.
Yeah.
The flower is like the face of the relationship. They're kind of like out there more. They're the one getting all the attention from the gardener people. So he's comparing that to a male-female dynamic,
Yeah.
where the girl is the flower and the guy is the gardener.
Mhm.
Usually
no.
adoring the girl.
No, or the guy's the flower. I think the guy should be the
So-
flower.
Oh, you think the guy should be the flower?
Yeah, I think the guy should be adored by the girl.
Okay.
So the girl needs to nurture the guy, and the guy needs to be more out there, is what you're saying.
I don't know if we're having the same metaphor, but okay. I'm just saying. I think it's better in a relationship if the girl is usually the one doing most of like the attention seeking, like the what are we, the what are you thinking about kind of thing. I don't think but I think a guy.
What are you thinking
Yeah,
about?
I don't think it looks good for a guy to bring that up, but I think a guy also needs to know how to answer that and how to deal with it when it does get brought up. You know what I mean? I think a girl should bring
Yeah.
that stuff up, and I think it looks bad when a guy does it. Well, I also think a guy needs to know.
I think both parties should do it equally.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like this is the relationship ideal that you like, Sindona. I don't know if it's applicable for everyone
Sure.
or everyone wants this type of relationship.
Yeah.
But you want a girl that is more attention seeking.
No,
and you're
well-
kind of more
Well, attention seeking from me, yeah,
you.
I guess,
Yeah.
sure.
And like it sounds like you want an anxious attachment style,
Like a
right?
anxious attachment. I think, I mean, dating history wise, yeah, that's what probably I go for. So yeah, maybe you have something there. But I mean, I've
So,
been on both
for
ends.
you-
I've been on both ends. I've been the adored and I've been the adorer, and I don't think me as the adorer really had a fulfilling relationship. If I put the girl on the pedestal,
Yeah. Unless like she is something to be adored.
no, I think you should even put adore even less. If like society's saying that she should be adored, then I think you should like be even less of an adorer because of that. I'm just saying, girls like popular girls get a lot of attention, and like when like you're giving her attention, it's like something she's already gotten from guys already.
Like she doesn't deserve it from you.
Well, I'm not saying be mean to her, but just not treat her any more special than you would anyone else.
Okay.
I
So she's a regular girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone is a regular girl.
Wow.
Not the love of your
Yeah,
life.
that's so hurtful
the
to
love of your
whoever's
life.
listening out here right
Yeah.
now.
Irina, he doesn't mean that. Sorry. Irina.
Yeah. Irina, please don't she's like one of our fans and shit. Oh my god, I liked him too in kindergarten. What the fuck?
Okay,
Nice host. So fucking popular podcast, dude.
we should figure out how to wrap this up soon.
I mean, I can wrap anything up. If that's what you want, I'm gonna wrap it up. But basically, I mean, from the sounds of it, it sounds like being single is not too bad.
It's not too bad if you're not seeking that relationship thing. If like you know how people say you all learn how to be single, yeah, you kind of learn how to be single, be by yourself.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's pretty cool.
Being single,
Yeah, but I also think it's cool being in a relationship.
yeah.
You know,
Farmers market,
it was
trips to Target,
yeah, dude.
Costco.
It was fun to hear about Irina, right?
Mhm.
Love it. And Aiton's first crushes. That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just hope you guys find love or find whatever you guys want.
No, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah.
I have love. It's in the mirror.
Yeah, love yourself. And if you guys love yourself, you should love us. So if you check out our videos, Sab Life. Is there a number? I don't know. Or is there?
No,
It's at Sab
no,
Life.
it's at Sab Life
Yeah,
at YouTube.
It's at Sab
And
Life.
you can find us on Spotify as always.
Yeah. Are we on Apple?
No.
Okay, just Spotify. It's okay.
People use Apple, I guess.
Some people,
Yeah,
some people use Apple. But we're on Spotify. Check us out. Sab Life. Aiton, Sedona, Foo
Bye.
Crew.
Cheers.